All right, we're going for a theme build, and I'll give you two options to capture this theme. Recently came to the idea that I wanted to bring a World of Warcraft priest into City of Heroes because this game is so creative and fun that they let you just, if you're patient enough and you look for it, you can find a way to bring a theme into City of Heroes almost regardless of what you're thinking of. I'll show you the costume options real quick because I think this came out great, and then I will show you both the builds. Spoiler alert, we're going to use a Corruptor who is Energy Blast and Darkness secondary, and we're going to use a Dominator using Pyrokinetics and Energy secondary, and give me your thoughts on which one you liked better. Let's take a look at the costume options real quick. If you're interested in ripping this off, please go ahead and do it. We're going to be using a white hood. Almost you could set the primary colors as linked on this costume and build it really, really fast. We're going for hoods. We're using the Arcane hood. Change the face to Spectrum. Change the colors of the face to both of them to black so that you get the blacked out cool looking face. There's no other details on the head. The upper body, we're using Bolero, Arcane, and we're using sleeves, Arcane. Change the coloring, our chest options, Imperial Dynasty 1. Our lower body is same thing, Imperial Dynasty, and the boots are Carnival of Light. The auras that we're using, and this aura is not used enough, I think, is Fireflies. The Fireflies aura is really cool because you can change it to be almost anything. If you're a water hero, you could change the Fireflies to blue. I have the option set to fists and eyes to give you the subtle glow. Everything else is, most of the color, the gold I used throughout the costume is right here, but the eyes I darkened it a bit because it was a little bit too bright. But there you go. There's no path aura on this. If you're curious about the costume, I think it came out really, really great. But let's take a look at the two builds, starting with the Corruptor option. And before I don't know if I mentioned it when I recorded the Corruptor part. Both of them, by the way, use super speed, and the default color is the default super speed color is gold, which is perfect for the thematic build. But let's start out with the Corruptor build. Before I show you the Corruptor, I want to let you guys know this build, both of these versions of this character solo on 4X very easily. I soloed all of them on story missions, but I'm recording them in the AE just so you could see the colors of the powers and stuff. But both of them I soloed at contact missions up to the teens and around level 20. Let's take a look at the Corruptor first. We're using Energy Blasting primary, and we're using Darkness as a secondary, which is a power set that I don't see too many Corruptors or Defenders playing anymore nowadays, but it still is completely good. Let's take a look at the slotting. Is very simple. We're going for Recharge across Tar Patch. We want Tar Patch available as much as possible, which means we also have Hasten and Fearsome Stare and Darkest Night. These two powers are the bread and butter of this set. I've changed the colors of the blasting set to this really cool gold energy, and you'll see this is a really active blastery style version of a Holy Priest that has these these shadow powers as well from the Darkness set, which I've changed the colors and used Soul Noir to bring it to life. And the two are visually really stunning. We're almost always going to want to open with our Fearsome Stare. Remember, priests in World of Warcraft got fear effects, so I thought this was a really thematic option. Both of these things, Fearsome Stare and Darkest Night, will lower their chance to hit, effectively lowering their accuracy and increasing my defense a little bit. And Tar Patch is going to reduce their resistance to damage. And then we're just going to go crazy with blasting. We're going to try to stay alive by healing ourselves with Twilight. Twilight Grasp. But let's see how it goes here. Let's open. This is the way I usually open, is with Fearsome Stare, but I'm going to pop Aim first so that we make sure that we hit them all with Fearsome Stare, and then we're dropping Tar Patch. This is my favorite part. Look how cool Tar Patch looks in purple Soul Noir with the golden energy blasting, dude. It's just so cool. We're going to be careful when we use Energy Torrent because we will wake up targets that are feared. But as you can see, with just a few slots in Hasten, we can keep everything feared. Pick off our boss first. You could choose between Corruptor or Defender for this build. I went with Corruptor just because I wanted to be able to finish off bosses a little faster. But you can see, like, our damage is not great. We're still, you know, we're a Corruptor. We're not a Blaster, but this is still totally playable. We're going for theme today in today's video, and this is really fun, I think. Alright, they're coming out of that. Let's throw Energy Torrent. Keep them away a little bit. We got some fear to slow them down. This is an endurance-hungry build, dude. but you guys get it. I think the purple tar patch and the gold blasting is just really visually stunning. I love it. Dominators are one of the trickiest classes to play. You need good target prioritization. You need to be able to track, like there's some mental overhead on tracking who's under what status effect, when your cooldowns are coming back, and how to combine all this information, and you do it constantly. It's really, really tricky class to play, but it also means it's really engaging. The skill floor is so high. This is my take on the Holy Priest Dominator. We're using Pyrotechnic control, and we're using energy secondary. Not a very popular secondary, but it's just, we're building for theme here, so it works beautifully. With this set, I've changed the graphics to like gold light and changed Pyrotechnic to gold light. Here's some synergy about this build, this version of the Holy Priest, which I think is really fun, is that power up is going to extend the duration of your stuns and your holds. I'm sorry, your holds and your immobilizes, and it also will extend the duration of hypnotizing light, which is a sleep and a deep sleep. So our tactic is basically going to be to keep them asleep, and then when they break out of sleep, we're going to drop Glittering Column to taunt them and to throw them in the air. It's going to look visually really stunning and very cool. And so basically power up kind of acts like a miniature domination. If you're going to level this and slot it, of course, I would go for tons and tons of recharge so that you can keep domination up a lot. But we'll see how well it works. One of the fun things I'm looking forward to unlocking is that the AoE Whirling Hands, if you have energy stored, which you store energy by hitting targets with the Energy Blast, or Energy Assault, I should say, Energy Assault secondary attacks, and you unleash your energy with Whirling Hands, it will instantly take it off of cooldown, meaning that you kind of have an AoE, which is hard for Dominators to come back, that you can pop off cooldown immediately, which is really cool. I'm looking forward to that. But let's take a look at how this works. I am not under the effects of Domination. I'm going to show you how this works, and we need to do really good target prioritization to make this function. So we're going to pop Power Up, and then we're going to open by putting them to sleep, because I want to select my targets, and I don't want the pressure of having a bunch of guys hitting me. You're basically kind of playing like a control assassin here. This dude needs to get out of my face. One thing that's cool about the Pyrotechnic control set is that the single target root, Sparkling Cage, has a magnitude 4 root to it. These guys are going to break out of sleep soon, so I'm going to drop Column over here. Keep working on this dude. Again, we have to do good target switching, tracking what's going on. This is how Dominators play until you get a bunch of AoEs and stuff unlocked later, but they're overall a super engaging moment-to-moment gameplay experience where you need, like, skill to survive. I don't play anything unless it can solo on 4X, like I've told you on this channel several times. This set has no problem doing that. It's actually been so fun. Plus, oh my god, if we're building for a WoW Priest, doesn't that look exactly like Lightwell? It's so cool. It's so cool, dude. I get geeked out on theme in this game. It's just too good, man. The theme is too good for this. I'm probably going to end up playing this to 50 just because I really like the theme. Let's put him back to sleep. Not only do they go to sleep in this build, they go into deep sleep, meaning even if I wake them up, they will go back to sleep, which is awesome, while they're under the effects at least. And we get to kind of watch them and pick them off as they're coming out. Look at that, no problem, dude. I am showing you this in an AE mission, but I've soloed this all the way to 17 just using story contact missions, which is the way I usually play City Heroes. But you guys get it. The visuals on this power combination, if you're looking for something that will remind you of a Holy Priest from WoW, I think this is it. The other build that I showed you, which is Energy Blasting, it's a Corruptor using Energy Blasting, kind of represents like Shadow or a Disciplined Priest combined with Holy Blasting, which I thought was really fun. The visuals were like really stunning. The purple against the gold was like really awesome. But I think if I had to pick between these two, I'm probably gonna play this one just because I'm really enjoying how engaging the moment gameplay experience is here. Let's drop. Oh, I did that out of order. I'm gonna pay for that. I'm gonna drop Lightwell right there. I called it Lightwell, Glittering Column or whatever, because I want a moment here to get back in control. All right, let's go for domination now, because things are getting pretty shady real quick. Switching targets with target nearest. I'm gonna kill this guy immediately. Drop another Glittering Column / Lightwell. This guy needs to be held. Immobilized. Always tracking what we're doing, and then put them to sleep before he hits me. Yeah. There are, of course, like other classes that can just do higher damage AoE, but they're just not as engaging in terms of like my brain is tracking everything, and that's super fun for me. The golden blasting and the combination of pyrotechnics and gold, there it is, energy stored. So if I were to release this with Whirling Hands, it would instantly rip Whirling Hands right off of cooldown and let me have it again, which is awesome. It's pretty smooth gameplay. I've got to pay attention. This power combo makes you earn it, but God, it's so fun. When they come down from the air, I'm going to put them to sleep so I can pick them off. Might get a disorient on that. Okay, cool. So I should store energy every time I'll have a chance to do it every time I attack. Yeah, you guys get it. This is a really, really fun thematic build. I'd recommend the Dominator if you want to try it, but they're both really fun. Let them gather. I'm going to increase the duration of my sleep, and then cast it. Kill this guy, or hold him at least. Knock this guy away. Root this guy, and we'll focus on burning him down. People underestimate knockback a little bit. Knockback, I mean, when you do knockdown, it's basically 2.5 second stun. When you do knockback, it's a little bit over 3 to 3.5, depending on the duration, or the length at which they were thrown back. Immobilize, hold. This guy's coming for me. We'll immobilize him. Look at the holy look at like the holy energy consuming them. This is just such a cool, visually stunning. Out of the two, this is going to be the one I level. Corruptors are cool. I love defenders and corruptors, but the moment to moment like gameplay experience of this power combination is just, it's just too fun.